Hi, Craig Howard here again today. Just want to share a couple of thoughts with you. It's actually a thought that came from a sermon I preached last Sunday, and I don't normally do that because I don't want to re-preach the same sermon to the people from my church. But I'm standing here next to an old pulpit. This pulpit has been here longer than I've been here. I came here in 1981, and the pulpit that I use now upstairs was here at that time, and this pulpit was sitting around. I don't really know where this pulpit came from, but as I looked at it today, it made me think about something. It represents something. This represents a time maybe in the very early days of our church. It represents people that have gone before us. It represents preachers that have come before me. It represents things that God has done in years gone by that I now stand on the shoulders of, that our church now stands on the shoulders of. And it reminded me of something that I said Sunday. It reminded me of something that Jesus said to his disciples. His disciples were going along with him. They were walking along. They were going to the other side of the lake, of the Sea of Galilee in Matthew chapter 16. And Jesus makes a statement to them that they totally misunderstand. He tells them to beware of the leaven of the scribes and Sadducees. In other words, he was saying beware of the sinful influences that can grow in your life as a result of the things the scribes and Pharisees say. They totally misunderstood. They totally got it all wrong. And they thought because they had forgot to bring bread with them, that Jesus was chastising them for not remembering to bring the bread because he was talking about leaven. And he gets a little frustrated with them. And he says in verse 8 of chapter 16, he says, "But Jesus, being aware of it, said to them, 'O you of little faith, why do you reason among yourselves because you have brought no bread? Do you not yet understand or remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000 and how many baskets you took up, or the 7 loaves of the 4,000 and how many large baskets you took up? How is it you don't understand that I did not speak concerning bread? Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees.'" And essentially what he was saying is, don't you remember what I'm capable of doing? He said, don't you think about what has already happened? He said, why would I worry about bread? I fed 5,000 people with a couple of loaves and a couple of fishes. He said, why would I worry about that? I'm trying to teach you something here. And what he was saying is you need to remember. You need to be able to look back and remember and build on the things that you've learned before. I need to sometimes look back and think about the lessons that have been taught by people that came before me. You need to look back at the things that God has done in your life and the lessons that he's taught you in your life and the things that he's done for you and the things that he's shown you. You need to remember. You need to remember what God has done and what God is capable of doing and what he wants to do. This old pulpit represents a bunch of old memories. It represents what God has done in the past. But it doesn't represent a time that only then was God able to do something and now he can't do anything anymore. No, it reminds me that just like God was able to do things back then, he's able to do things today in my life, in your life. So today as you go through your day, think back at all the times that God took you through the valleys and all the times that God brought you through the difficulties. And be assured that God is going to be there for you in the future. And as you look back and remember what God has done for you, don't fail to praise him for what he's done. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day today. And as you think back over the day and as you think back over last year, get excited about what God still wants to do for you today. Well, you have a great day today. God bless you.